So following the other stories that, that just recently happened, where a couple of men in 2 separate occasions were actually forced to undergo some massive invasions of privacy because they were thought to have drugs. Of course, they didn't end up having drugs, but they were subjected to incredibly humiliating medical procedures, continued enemas and scans to see if they had drugs. One guy was literally, he got pulled over, he clenched his butt cheeks, and he was dragged off to a hospital to get these embarrassing tests. Well, the newest example of this happening actually comes from New Mexico. Someone else has come forward with another of these horror stories. Well, this time it was a woman. Now, this woman, who is unnamed, alleges that her civil rights were violated when she was stopped by federal agents after crossing the border from Mexico into Texas. Now, according to the lawsuit filed on her behalf by the American Civil Liberties Union, a drug-sniffing dog reportedly alerted the federal agents to possible drugs, and the agents, get this, the agents forced the woman to strip down, spread her genitals, and cough. They also allegedly searched her for drugs, you know, putting their fingers into her genitals, search for drugs. They didn't find any, but that wasn't enough. They decided to take her to the University Medical Center of El Paso to undergo more embarrassing tests. According to the woman's attorney, a woman named Laura Shower Ives, quote, medical staff observed her making a bowel movement and no drugs were found at that point. Then they took an x-ray, but it did not reveal any contraband. Then they did another cavity search where they probed her vagina and her anus. Talk about violation right there. Now, that's not the worst part about it, okay? They described this probe in the medical records as bimanual, two-handed. But not only that, after all of that, they did another CT scan. Again, no drugs. They did not find any drugs on her whatsoever. What an incredibly massive invasion of privacy right there, and an abuse of power. Imagine having to go through these repeated invasive tests when you did not have drugs on you to begin with. But that's not even the worst part. The ACLU says the federal agents never even obtained a search warrant before conducting the probes or exams. And I've said that the woman's medical records indicate that she refused consent. Now, what was also said in this article is that the woman had been previously sexually assaulted. So that even adds to more of the, that just adds to this. It adds to the trauma of having to go through these exams. Now, a spokesman for the Customs and Border Patrol said in a statement that he hadn't seen the report or the details necessary to conduct an investigation. So they're not conducting an investigation into this. These are serious allegations and a serious violation of civil liberties, of the Fourth Amendment. Not only that, but you're caused a lot of trauma to someone who had been sexually assaulted. For what? For doing nothing. For driving over the border and getting stopped. Oh, but the drug-sniffing dog picked up something. Yeah, how do we know that? It's basically her word versus the policeman, versus the federal agents in this case. But the spokesman did say that, quote, we do not tolerate corruption or abuse within our ranks, and we fully cooperate with any criminal or administrative investigations of alleged misconduct by any of our personnel on or off duty. Now, like I said before, this is not the first time this has happened. 2 men had to undergo the same process, and at least one of them had actually gotten billed for it. We're going to do all these unnecessary invasive tests to see if you have a little baggie of drugs on you or not. And by the way, we're going to bill you for it, even though you did not consent. That's disgusting. Total abuse of power. Of course, one of these guys is actually suing the city and the police department. I hope he wins. I hope he cashes in big time. This is just another example of how insane the drug war has become. Of searching people like this for drugs, insanity. Why are we putting up with this? The drug war is, look, we've lost the drug war. Why are we still allowing this to happen? Our federal agents are just wasting their time, and they're violating people's civil rights over this. Oftentimes for drugs that aren't even there. In all three of these cases, no drugs were found. None. After repeated tests. And like I'm saying, it shouldn't even matter if they're there at all. Drugs shouldn't be illegal anyway. They should be legal. At least marijuana. Look, I'm really sick of this police state that we have going. Okay? And I'm tired of reporting on these stories, these horrible, horrible stories of people getting their civil rights completely violated. And I mean violated. We need to do what we can to end the drug war. To educate people that at least, marijuana, not bad. And that the more you crack down, the worse of a problem you're going to have. And we need our federal agents to actually focus on real problems, and drugs isn't it. Okay? Who cares what somebody smokes? The real criminals here are actually the federal agents that supposedly, allegedly did not get a warrant to conduct these illegal searches. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Please leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and share with your friends. If you want to see more, go to our channel at youtube.com/TYTNation. And if you really want to support the show, support this channel, go to our fundraising campaign at www.patreon.com/TYTNation. The website is in the description below. Thank you guys, and keep watching.